The year is 2089. Humanity has transcended physical limitations. We have ventured into the stars, but our greatest achievement lies in controlling the very fabric of existence, time itself. The discovery of the time field in the 21st century opened up unimaginable possibilities. We learned to manipulate its currents, to fast forward and rewind. Time travel became a reality. At the forefront of this temporal revolution stood Chronisys, a corporation that rose to prominence. They held the keys to time travel. To the public, Chronisys promised progress and prosperity. They marketed time manipulation as the ultimate solution to humanity's problems. But behind the sleek facade, a darker ambition brewed. Dr. Kaelen Vega, a brilliant but eccentric chronophysicist, dedicated his life to unraveling the mysteries of the time field. He believed in its potential for good, but his world shattered when he discovered the Eclipse. This paradox event, a temporal anomaly of unprecedented scale, threatened to unravel the very fabric of reality. Kaelen's investigation led him to a chilling discovery. Chronisys was developing Project Phoenix. This clandestine operation aimed to harness the power of the Eclipse. Their goal? To reach back into time and reshape history according to their own twisted vision. The Temporal Resistance Guardians of Time. In a world where the fabric of reality is constantly under threat, a group of brave individuals stands as the last line of defense. They are the Guardians of Time, a clandestine organization known as the Temporal Resistance. Realizing the horrifying implications, Kaelen knew he had to act. The stakes were higher than ever, and the consequences of inaction were too dire to contemplate. He had seen the future, and it was a future he could not accept. He couldn't stand by and watch as Chronisys jeopardized the timeline. The corporation's reckless experiments with time travel had already caused ripples in the fabric of reality, and Kaelen knew that if left unchecked, these ripples would become waves, threatening to unravel the very essence of existence. He reached out to others who shared his concerns. Brilliant scientists, seasoned time travelers, and even former Chronisys employees disillusioned with the corporation's agenda. These were individuals who had seen the dark side of Chronisys' ambitions and were determined to make a difference. And even former Chronisys employees disillusioned with the corporation's agenda. They had once believed in the promise of progress and innovation, but now they saw the true cost of Chronisys' unchecked power. They were ready to fight for a better future. Together, they formed the Temporal Resistance, a clandestine group dedicated to safeguarding the timeline. Operating from the shadows, they used their combined knowledge and skills to counteract the threats posed by Chronisys. Their mission was clear, but the path ahead was fraught with danger. Their mission: expose Project Phoenix and stop it at any cost. Project Phoenix was Chronisys' most ambitious and dangerous endeavor yet, a project that could rewrite history and alter the course of humanity. The Temporal Resistance knew that failure was not an option. They had to succeed, for the sake of the past, present, and future. Echoes of the past, visions of the future. The path ahead was fraught with danger. As the Resistance delved deeper into their investigation, they faced relentless pursuit from Chronisys agents. Kaelen, gifted with chronesthesia, was plagued by visions of alternate timelines. These glimpses into fractured realities, where Chronisys' machinations had succeeded, fueled his determination. The conflict escalated, culminating in a final showdown within the Timefield itself. The Resistance, vastly outnumbered and outgunned, faced off against Chronisys' elite temporal enforcers. Amidst the chaotic dance of temporal distortions, Kaelen confronted the mastermind behind Project Phoenix, Alaric Voss, the ruthless CEO of Chronisys. Voss, consumed by his ambition, sought to rewrite history for personal gain, to erase past mistakes and ensure his own legacy. He believed that by altering key events in the past, he could create a future where he was revered and his power unchallenged. His obsession with control and perfection drove him to the brink of madness as he meticulously planned every detail of his grand scheme. Kaelen, on the other hand, understood the terrible price of altering the past. He had seen the devastating effects of even the smallest changes, rippling through time like a stone thrown into a pond. The future was a delicate tapestry, and any disruption could unravel it completely. Kaelen knew that Voss's plan, if successful, would not only rewrite history, but also doom countless lives to unforeseen consequences. He knew that even the smallest change could have catastrophic consequences for the future. The stakes were unimaginably high, and the weight of the world seemed to rest on his shoulders. Kaelen spent countless hours studying the potential outcomes, trying to find a way to stop Voss without causing further damage. The more he delved into the complexities of time, the more he realized the enormity of the task before him. In a desperate gamble, Kaelen made the ultimate sacrifice. He knew that the only way to stop Voss was to sever his connection to the Timefield, the source of his power. This meant destroying the temporal anchor of Project Phoenix, a device that allowed Voss to manipulate time. Kaelen understood that this action would have dire consequences for himself, but he was willing to pay the price to save the future. He disrupted the temporal anchor of Project Phoenix, severing Voss's connection to the Timefield. The moment he did, a surge of energy erupted from the device, sending shockwaves through the lab. Kaelen felt the immense power coursing through him, knowing that his actions were irreversible. The feedback loop created by the disruption began to consume everything in its path, including Voss's carefully constructed plans, and causing a feedback loop that consumed the Chronisys CEO. Voss's empire crumbled in an instant as the energy feedback tore through his office, engulfing him in a blinding light. Kaelen watched as the man who sought to control time was undone by his own hubris. The future was saved, but at a great cost. Kaelen knew that his sacrifice would be remembered, not as a hero, but as a guardian of time, who gave everything to protect the delicate balance of the universe. With Project Phoenix thwarted and Chronisys in ruins, the timeline began to stabilize. The immediate threat was contained. Yet, the battle for time was far from over. Kaelen's sacrifice had bought humanity a second chance. In the aftermath, Mara, Kaelen's closest confidant and a skilled temporal operative, stepped forward to lead. Under her guidance, the Temporal Resistance evolved into the Temporal Accord, a global organization dedicated to responsible time travel and the preservation of the timeline. Though the most pressing danger had passed, Kaelen's sacrifice served as a stark reminder of the fragility of time. His actions were not just a momentary shield against the chaos that threatened to unravel the very fabric of existence, but a beacon of hope and a call to vigilance for all who understood the true nature of the Timefield. The echoes of his bravery resonated through the corridors of time, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who dared to stand against the encroaching darkness. The Timefield, once a realm of wonder and possibility, remained a source of both immense promise and peril. It was a place where the boundaries of reality were fluid, where the past, present, and future intertwined in a delicate dance. The energy that flowed through this realm was both a gift and a curse, capable of creating miracles or unleashing untold destruction. Those who ventured into the Timefield did so with a mixture of awe and trepidation, knowing that their actions could have far-reaching consequences that rippled across the ages. The Temporal Accord, guided by the memory of Kaelen Vega and the countless timelines he saved, stood vigilant, ever watchful for any threat to the delicate balance of history. This Council of Guardians, composed of the wisest and most courageous individuals from across the multiverse, dedicated their lives to preserving the integrity of the timeline. They held regular meetings, analyzing potential threats and devising strategies to counteract any attempts to alter the course of history. The holographic images of past heroes served as a constant reminder of the sacrifices made and the ongoing duty to protect the continuum. For they knew that the battle for time was never truly over. Each victory was but a temporary reprieve, a momentary pause in an unending struggle. The forces that sought to manipulate time were relentless, always searching for new ways to bend reality to their will. The Guardians fought with unwavering determination, their resolve strengthened by the knowledge that the fate of countless worlds depended on their vigilance. The battles they waged were not just physical confrontations, but also battles of wits and strategy, as they sought to outmaneuver those who would disrupt the flow of time. It was a responsibility passed down through generations, a constant struggle against those who would dare to tamper with the intricate tapestry of the past, present, and future. The legacy of the Timefield's Guardians was one of honor and duty, a lineage that stretched back to the dawn of time itself. Each generation trained the next, imparting their knowledge and skills, ensuring that the fight would continue unabated. The passing of the futuristic artifact symbolized the transfer of this sacred duty, a tangible reminder of the weight of their responsibility. As long as there were those who sought to alter the timeline for their own ends, the Guardians would stand ready, ever vigilant to protect the sanctity of time.